going today? I'm going to show you an easy way of cooking your black beans, chickpeas, any type of bean, pea that you're using from dried. And I use a variety of dried beans and peas, and today I'm using black beans. Turtle beans sometimes they're called, but they're lovely little black beans and they're full of protein and all sorts of other goodies. They are really good with Mexican food, but I like them just with my salads at lunchtime, and I just sprinkle some on the top. I make a jar full, and that lasts me probably about a week, depending on what I'm using it for. So I rinse these and they're ready to go into the pressure cooker. Something that I'm just getting used to. It still freaks me out a bit when it does its shing thing, and I still hide behind the fridge, which is kind of crazy, but yeah, do I have a fear of it blowing up? Maybe. I don't know. So anyway, we'll show you how to use this magnificent thing. I don't soak mine overnight anymore, which, you know, sometimes you soak it overnight and then something happens, you don't get time to use it. This way I can cook them the morning I want them and they're ready to go that day. So wash your black beans, rinse them off. That gets rid of any residue they've come in contact with, and they're ready to go into your pot. Alright, so here we are. I've rinsed them off, they look lovely and black, and we're popping them in. Now, this is only a little one, it's 3 Ks I think. It comes with the top, there's a rubber seal and this little thing that goes a bit crazy. Anyway, yeah, you'll see what I mean. Alright, so I'm going to put a cup of black beans in, and also 1 tea bag, and also about half a teaspoon of baking powder. Now, it doesn't have to be much, but that is what helps soften them. So if you want them in a hurry, rather than it taking forever, you really get instant gratification, which I love. Now, so we're going to just put water in and cover them by, I usually do, if it's that much of bean, I'll double that, so I'll go 1, 2. So whatever amount of bean you've got in, always put twice as much water. Does that make sense? I don't know. Anyway, you know what I mean. Doesn't matter if there's more water than there are beans, because once it cooks, you know, it'll expire out of there. So that looks great. And you never put your water up past 2/3 of this pot. So always make sure that you're under the 2/3 with your water. If you're doing it for a family, I'd get a bigger. Okay, and I've been told just a dash of oil. Only has to be a small dash, and apparently this helps to burst the bubbles so they don't block this steam vent. I don't know if it works, it seems to. So put the lid on. Make sure that your seal is even. So if it's, you know, you've got a big gap on this side, none on that side, just move it over until it's just perfect. Then this side's got a little clip, and you want to push that down and clip it in. As simple as that. Now we'll leave that there without the lid on high, and when this starts to really push out the air, we'll pop this back on top like that. It'll jiggle around until it pushes right up and lets the air out, and that's pressure cooking apparently, so I'm really enjoying it, even though it scares me still. I would suggest everyone give it a go, especially if you're vegetarian, you want your beans cooked really quickly. These beans take 2 shifts to cook, could take even less, because during this startup boiling stage they're getting a good cook anyway, so you don't want to overcook your beans. Once you've learned how to use it your way, I would suggest you write it down for how much beans goes in, how many shushes. You'll get the gist of it if you buy one. You think I'm talking crazy now? Yeah, you'll get it once you buy one. So I'll come back in a minute and it should be fully boiled and doing its thing. I'll take this back off. Okay, so seal that steam. I don't know if you can. We're going to put the lid on. That's piping hot. And now it will start to make little noises, and when it's ready to let the steam out, it will make this hideous noise which scares me, and so I'm only going to count 1 this time, turn it off and let it sit. I've been doing it for 2, but I think it makes them a little bit mushy, so we'll see how that goes. You can hear it building up pressure there. And still not quite ready, so I'm going to go and do a little bit of jigsaw, and then I'll come back and see how that's going. So there it went. Now we turn it down to medium on the heat and leave it go. That was 1. We're just going to go 1 more to go a second time. And that's it. So I'm going to turn that off and just leave that. Once it cools down, I'm going to lift this a little bit and let most of the air out. Then leave it for a little bit longer and it'll be safe to take the lid off. I'll show you a little bit later. I'm going to turn this off now, go back to my jigsaw, just wait for that to cool down. I'm back. So I took this off the heat, just removed it so it stops cooking. This doesn't have any more pressure in it, because when I do that and lift it up a little bit, there's no ching coming out there. So I pull that off and that should be okay. Not so much pressure in it to take the lid off. You just twist it and turn it and it comes off like that. So yeah, they look beautiful. I'll just get some out. So as you can see, they're lovely and cooked. As I said, they're actually still overcooked. I left them in for 2 whistles, so I should have turned them off straight away, but still full of goodness and still eat them. And I encourage you to give it a go. It's easy. I do still leave the room when I'm doing it because I hate that shing sound, but I'm getting better at being in the kitchen while it's all happening. Anyway, give it a go, and if you are worried about your product when you buy it, go back to the supplier and get more instructions if you can't understand the directions. But yeah, I hope you enjoy that. So now I'll strain it all and put it into my jar, wait for it to cool down, and then put it in the fridge, and there you go. You can use as much or as little as you like. Okay, I do hope that was helpful. And like me and subscribe to me if you think that, you know, what I'm doing is fun, and there'll be more recipes and gardening coming soon, so look out for that. Bye. So there we go. One cup makes that's about two and a half cups, 2 cups, something like that. But they're really yummy, full of protein. Give it a go. Bye.